Hey, imagine you're standing on the balcony of a condo, watching the pool glisten, and you realize you still have to spend an hour each week dragging a hose and a manual vacuum around just to keep the water clear. I've been in that exact spot, feeling the tug of the hose, the frustration of missing spots, and wondering if there's a smarter way to keep a shared pool looking pristine without sacrificing my weekend. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The biggest question most people ask before they shell out for a robotic cleaner is whether it will actually handle the size and shape of their pool without turning into an expensive paperweight, and more importantly, if it will save them time and headaches rather than add another set of gadgets to maintain. The Dolphin Wave 80 is marketed as a commercial-grade robot that can take care of pools up to 68 feet long, which means it's aimed at condo complexes, hotel pools, or even a large backyard oasis. What that translates to in everyday life is a machine that can cruise around a typical rectangular pool, hit the corners, and even scrub the waterline without you having to chase it down. The system comes with a remote control and a handy caddy, so you can store it neatly when it's not in use, and there's a waterline scrub brush that tackles that stubborn ring of grime that forms where the water meets the tiles. If you're the kind of person who juggles multiple responsibilities, say you manage a small residential building or you're a homeowner who rents out a vacation property, this robot can be a genuine time saver. You simply press a button on the remote, set the cleaning schedule, and the Wave 80 does the rest. The one-touch operation is literal. You don't need to program complex cycles, you just tell it to start and it launches into its smart navigation pattern, which is designed to avoid repeat passes while still covering the entire surface. In real-world use, that means you can set it to run while you're at work, come back to a clear pool, and not have to manually spot-check every foot of the deck. Now, let's talk about who will actually benefit from this. First, property managers of mid-size facilities that have pools between 30 and 68 feet will find the Wave 80 a solid match. The interchangeable fine and ultra-fine filters let you adapt to different debris loads, fine sand from a nearby beach or the finer algae that can build up in a hot climate. If your pool sees a lot of foot traffic, the robot's ability to keep the waterline clean is a real perk because that line is the first place guests notice a dirty pool. Second, homeowners with a single large pool who want a set it and forget it solution will also feel comfortable with the price point, especially if they've been spending money on chemical treatments and manual vacuum rentals. Conversely, there are clear cases where the Wave 80 isn't the best fit. If your pool is a small plunge or an above-ground model under 20 feet, the robot's size and power are overkill. You'll be paying for capacity you never need. Likewise, if you have an irregularly shaped pool with many curves, coves, or a lot of built-in features like waterfalls and stairs, the smart navigation might struggle to reach every nook, and you could end up with streaks of debris in those tight spots. Finally, renters who don't have control over pool equipment policies might find it hard to justify the investment if the building's management won't allow you to install a Caddy or modify the pool's filtration system. From the strengths side, the biggest win is the combination of size and ease of use. The robot's ability to handle up to a 68-foot pool means you won't need to buy a larger, more industrial unit for a commercial setting, yet you still get a robust cleaning cycle. The remote control eliminates the need to climb onto the pool deck to start or stop the machine, which is a small but noticeable convenience when you're already juggling a busy schedule. The waterline scrub brush is another practical feature. In my own testing, after a week of heavy use, the brush removed the typical chalky ring that forms from sunscreen and chlorine residue without scratching the tiles. On the flip side, the Wave 80 isn't completely silent. The motor hum can be heard faintly through the surrounding rooms, which might be a consideration for hotels that market a quiet retreat atmosphere. Also, while the robot's filters are interchangeable, swapping them out isn't as swift as a simple snap-in. You need to open the filter housing, remove the old cartridge, and fit the new one, which takes a couple of minutes. If you're looking for a truly hands-free experience, that extra step might feel like a minor inconvenience. Lastly, the price point sits in the mid-range for robotic pool cleaners, so while it offers commercial-grade capabilities, you'll still be paying a premium compared with basic residential models that only handle smaller pools. A practical scenario that sums up